the show.
That told you so.
Well,
it's the show that told you so.
The show who is here with the victor of First Things First Bowl 3.
Yeah.
Congratulations yet again.
Yeah.
It wasn't very close.
Yeah. None of them are. Much like LeVar Ball, never lost. We finally have a three-peat in the NFL. It's the First Things First Bowl.
Wow. Now, unfortunately, where there's sunshine, there's also a little bit of rain. On the other side is Brou and the Ravens.
You going to check?
Brou.
Brou,
are you okay? It's the first hour of First Things First.
So give him what?
Didn't know he was doing stuff. Okay.
I thought the Chiefs were washed up. Maybe I'm the one that's washed up.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
They treated me worse than the Lions did. My arm is sore. See the bruises on my face? I can't really breathe without this oxygen mask. And believe it or not, my hamstring is killing me.
Oh.
Rough day at the office, fellas. Rough day at the office.
I think we have to start the show.
Okay, I don't know. We're starting with the 1-3 Ravens. And the First Things First Bowl Part 3. It was not a good showing. The Ravens were beat up mentally and physically, and eventually, this is true, we got some Cooper Rush snaps, and when he entered the game, Tony Romo said, we might see a spark here. That's not great.
That happened.
For one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Brou, how concerning was this loss?
Concerned? Do I look concerned? I'm not concerned in the least bit. I'm distressed.
I didn't realize you had actual.
I'm distraught.
Bruises.
I'm alarmed. My boys are in trouble.
You don't say.
The defense, I knew it was bad.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs got a boost from Xavier Worthy, but that was horrendous. They already were missing 4 starting defenders. Now they got 3 more injured in that game. They got beat up. And then the coaching, Nick, was abysmal. They're treating Derrick Henry like he's Miles Sanders. Like he's an ancillary part rather than a co-superstar.
They have the greatest thrower of the football ever. He's the highest passer rating in the history of the league. I don't know if you guys have heard.
Honestly, I do think at times Harbaugh is so invested in making Lamar, making sure, everybody knows Lamar can throw the football and is a great passer, that he forgets about Derrick Henry.
A PR battle?
It was a 4th and 1.
Yeah.
They're down 13-7 in the second quarter, 4th and 1 from your own 41, and Derrick Henry's not even in the game?
A 3rd and 1 later in the game.
Yes.
He's not in the game. And Tony Romo flipped out. Lamar takes a sack. They end up kicking a field goal.
Well, Romo said it right in that it's not just running Derrick Henry. It's the threat of running Derrick Henry that you have to account for. And, Nick, when they missed that 4th down, the Chiefs scored a touchdown. That felt like it was over at 20-7. And, they came back, scored, made it 20-10, but it felt like it was over. And then Lamar. Lamar said it a few years ago, and he was right. He can deny it, but it looks like he knows it in his mind. For the time being, the Chiefs are indeed his kryptonite. No turnovers in the first 3 games of the year, 2 in this game. And when he was sitting there before he was out of the game, on the sideline, looking at the iPad, it felt to me like I felt like I could be. It felt like it wasn't even anything on the iPad. Like it just felt like it was body like he was just frustrated. He was It looked like the last place he wanted to be in the world was Kansas City playing in the football game.
I totally agree with you.
It just they got a lot of work to do. Look, they're my pick. We don't change our picks. I'm riding with them till the wheels fall off. But the lug nets and all that, everything is the wheels are wobbly, Nick.
So listen, I think people incorrectly feel that what was confirmed in that game is that the Ravens' biggest concern is their defense. I disagree with that. Because what was confirmed in that game was, even if they get the defense fixed, they are not getting MVP Lamar when the chips are down. And I know it's an annual tradition. I am a hater, I'm unfair, I'm weird towards Lamar when I have no reason to be. And then either the postseason comes around or a game against Kansas City comes around, and it's like, oh, maybe the annoying guy's on to something. And nobody likes the comp. We all wince at the comp, but everybody watched that game and watched Lamar, who never throws picks. In fact, the last 30 games for Lamar. Can we show you his only multi-turnover games? Must be a coincidence. The last 30 games. And in fact, if we show you the 7 picks he has thrown in the last 25 games, which is unbelievable. The 4 regular season ones last year, roll them if we can, Dust. People are right. They're unlucky. That hits a receiver in the hands. That's not a bad throw. This hits a receiver in the hands. That's not a bad throw. These are
other teams.
Right, yeah. These are regular season last year. That looks like a catch, but it was stolen. Yeah. And this one, Bateman stops running. We can, that's.
No, but I remember.
Okay, none of those. So this is, by the way, that's every pick, okay? Now Dust show the 3 postseason and last night. None of them look like that.
Yeah.
Or last year, this.
The fumble was even worse.
Right. Or last night.
This is nuts.
It's first down. You're ahead. It's 7-3 on 1st and 10. Like that. And those 3 games, we stop rolling it. You know what it also has in common? Bad fumble.
Yep.
So you can't, at some point, as much as people hate to admit it, I wasn't wrong about this comp. I'm sorry, guys. An all-time legendary first ballot Hall of Fame MVP performer that you simply can't trust when the chips are down.
He doesn't look good in that Rockets uniform.
He doesn't look good in the Rockets uniform, and James Harden doesn't look.
Harden's awesome.
So
big beard.
You can't. At this point, you can't. That's fair. I'm hoping, and I bet Lamar fans are hoping. I'm hoping it's more, and LeBron obviously didn't fail as much as Harden, but that it's more LeBron where he struggled against Dallas in the finals, maybe the year before against Boston, and then overcame it. That's what I'm hoping. Lamar, I hope he overcomes it in legendary fashion like LeBron did.
And listen, the defense got more banged up during the game, as you mentioned, and that might be a tipping point for them over the next month in the regular season. But
you mean as far as
this ability to falling out of the playoff race, you know what I mean, in the short term. But I have been aghast surveying today's media landscape at how many people who were fully confident. They knew the Ravens injury report going into the game. Right. And were fully confident that defense, without Matabuke, without Van Noy, with Xavier Worthy coming back, that they were going to be able to shut down or at least stymie the Chiefs' offense, that the only blowout possible was the other direction. Today, acting like the Ravens are the first team ever to lose a couple guys during a game to injury. And be like, well, what do you want? There's nothing we can make of that game. They're down all their guys. They weren't down offensive players. Ronnie Stanley went out. But they weren't, if they had lost that game 37-35, then we say, okay, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the injuries. That offense did not look like the Ravens' offense, and I feel like I know why.
Well, Spagnuolo really had Lamar confused. I mean, he was beyond confused. And, without Ronnie Stanley, they didn't have much defense against the pass rush, but still, Lamar was just out of sorts.
Run Derrick Henry.
Even when you're down, they had plenty of time left. They could have run Derrick Henry, and they've never, and last year, obviously, they were fantastic offensively. But it feels like they've never fully, there were plenty of games last season where they had a rhythm between the two of them, but it feels like the coaching staff has never fully kind of figured out how to use them both to the best of their ability.
It's not brain surgery.
No, but that's where I talked about Harbaugh. It's like he just wants Lamar to throw it so much.
I mean,
that
Henry
you're
had
not
1,900
sometimes
yards last year.
He had 8. So here's Derrick Henry this year. This has been an all-year thing. I felt like we were hot last year. At Buffalo, hey, you had an offensive explosion where you were rolling.
Great.
Cleveland, we chalked it up to, you know what, it's hard to run on the Browns. Same with the Lions. We had 23 yards, 50 yards against the Lions. And then yesterday, 8 rushes for 42 yards. It's his 3rd straight game with 50 or fewer. That hasn't happened since 2018.
And what was crazy is
I don't think it's him at all.
He had 4 for 32, Brou.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
On that opening drive, you know what I mean? And then they went away from it.
All right, Ravens.
With the last thing with that defense, you would think maybe let's go ball control offense and just ground and pound. Because against Buffalo,
you don't win MVPs that way, guys.
At times against Buffalo, they scored too fast for that defense.
Yeah, but
Harbaugh hot seat.
Is the greatest.
I mean, look.
Coming around the bend.
He will get another job somewhere.
Wow,
but this,
we're on another job.
No, I mean, this should be the season. Because if it doesn't work, if they go out, I still feel confident they'll make the playoffs, assuming Lamar's not hurt and going to miss games. But they are, if they go out unceremoniously in the playoffs, you have to look at a coaching staff.
And that's.
You have
to.
to.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. That's going to set us off. I got to do the Chiefs.
That's fine.
Are you excited to do the Chiefs? Or do you
Sure,
want to
let's do it.
Okay. Harbaugh's future in Miami. As for the Chiefs, Xavier Worthy returned, and so did the championship vibe at Arrowhead. Mahomes goes for 270 and 4 touchdowns. Now, sometimes for these questions, we also put it on the bar so you can play along at home. So we're going to say faith restored.
It's a dumb question. Why would we put that on the bar?
Okay.
Only fools, liars, or charlatans lost faith in the greatest team with the greatest player and one of the greatest coaches in the history of the league because they played a few bad quarters. So they didn't actually lose. Brou didn't lose faith.
I didn't lose faith.
Correct. Brou didn't lose faith. And Wilds isn't a fool. Now, maybe a charlatan. We'll find out over the course of this segment. But to everyone else in the media, you feel a little ridiculous, don't you? You stepped on that same rake again. You were like, I'm not going to step on it next year. And then a couple shaky quarters against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. You're like, you know what? That rake looks awful delicious. Now, the Chiefs have done so much for me, and now they've done something else.
Wow.
Because I was so excited about my team being the first, only, everlasting three-peat in the NFL. And they came up short. In fact, they came up short in kind of historic fashion, embarrassing fashion, and then it, carried over to the beginning of next season. And then they made it up by making sure there was a three-peat in the NFL. Guys, the NFL's first three-peat, first things first bowl. 1, 2, and 3. I beat them to it.
I think that bowl's going to end.
I got to tell you.
Pretty much.
And here is the thing.
A banner of yourself is wild.
What do you mean?
Especially
the fact that you called the producers.
Too.
Like, what's the idea for the banner? It's like the second one, me.
I asked them actually to put Brou in the hospital bed on the bottom of it. They said that was too mean.
Guys.
Guys, just please, time capsule the takes. The Chargers run the AFC West now. Okay, we'll see. Not every team can go to the Meadowlands and get a win. The Chiefs can. Evidently, the Chargers can't. The only blowout available is for Baltimore. All it took was the Chiefs to get half of their receiving core back, and they look like the Chiefs again. Oh, Nick, everybody does that to the Ravens, and we crown their asses the moment they do it. Josh Allen does it to the Ravens. He's playing the position at the highest level ever.
No one's ever seen it.
Jared Goff and the Lions do it to the Ravens, and they're totally back and never miss Ben Johnson. Yeah. And by the way, despite those teams scoring 41 and 38, nobody did it to the Ravens quite like the Chiefs did. Because through 3 quarters, the Chiefs had 30. They had scored on every drive except for a missed field goal, moved the ball up and down the field, and then they took their foot off the gas. Lions and Bills were in real games with the Ravens. So, yes, the Chiefs took a minute to get it together after a crushing Super Bowl loss and losing Xavier Worthy, who, like I said, was the centerpiece of the Week 1 game plan, and it threw that game off. And now he's back, and now 2 more weeks till Rashee Rice gets back. So I hope you got the takes off while the getting was good, because the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, guys.
Yeah, and like Nick said, I never lost faith. I felt even if they had lost this game, they were going to make the playoffs. And I thought the Ravens would win, but I never said they weren't a legit Super Bowl contender. I never said they were in danger of missing the playoffs, even if they had lost yesterday. And they looked great. Now, again, we'll see, I guess, going forward how much of that was the Ravens defense, but they looked phenomenal. And Mahomes was great, and he's played solid all year, but he was great yesterday. Xavier Worthy made all the difference in the world. I mean, obviously he himself was the deep threat, as was Thornton again, but it opened so much up underneath. Kelsey looked like the regular Travis Kelsey all of a sudden. And not to mention Juju and Hollywood Brown getting stuff underneath. It opened up the run game. You know, Pacheco's running people over. Like, they look great. And here's the other thing, Nick, the defense. Because, again, people thought, Baltimore was averaging 37 points a game against 3 of the top defenses, we think, in the league. Yes. And the Chiefs, similar to what they did in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago, they just shut them down. Other than that first drive,
Baltimore went down and scored.
Was great. And after that, the Chiefs, they're back. KW. They're definitely back.
You know I'm beloved in Kansas City. Part of me thinks that it's a little bit odd that you can have, I think the Ravens defense is either terrible or the Chiefs are back, but it's hard to have both of those ideas living in my head at the same time.
Why? A great
we're not saying they're going to average 30 points a game.
Dust, can you show the Ravens defense this year? It's not like an okay defensive team.
But you knew that going into the game, and you picked Baltimore.
100%. I thought that Lamar was going to be Lamar.
And you didn't think the Chiefs could score 35.
And I did not think the Chiefs could score 35 points. That being said, once I saw this, I was like, oh, I just can't. I'm not ready to say full-throatedly that, the Chiefs are totally back.
Well, but I guess
it feels a little bit to me, it's like, oh, are the Ravens like a get-right team? Like, you want to play, you want to get your offense right?
So maybe
have a nice workout against the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, but so listen, I predicted this take. I asked you last week, if the Chiefs win but the offense doesn't hum, are you going to say, well, yeah, but you couldn't even score against the Ravens? And you said unequivocally, no, it's Baltimore. As long as they win, it's great. They scored 37, and they put in backups in the fourth quarter, and you want to, but it. That's fine.
I just want to see. I probably want to see a little bit more.
You want to, but
just want a little bit more.
But who is the team? Like the Bills. We saw the Bills and the Ravens play, and the Bills are the best team in the conference, right? The Bills' offense looked demonstrably better than the Chiefs' offense? I don't think so. They had 25 points, 5 minutes left in that game.
That's the thing. They've played 2 good offensive teams, Detroit and Buffalo, and they both scored around the Chiefs.
And so
it's very confusing. I'm just saying I'm not willing to say, that's right. They are back 100%.
Well, I don't think they're going to be the highest scoring team in the league the rest of the way. I'm not arguing that.
I think what I feel when we say they're back, I'm saying, Nick, they're an elite Super Bowl contender, like the ultra elite. Them, Philly, a handful of teams,
Detroit,
they're
Buffalo.
right up there.
Yes.
And before this game, I think people really weren't thinking they were there.
KW, also, here's the other reason it should make sense to you. There's a seminal moment where everything.
No.
KW?
No.
KW?
No. We go into a lot of stuff. I'm going to be like, good point. No.
Okay, let me give you the statistical evidence, and then let me show you how much I truly believe this.
Oh, God.
Because when I walked into your office today, after I'd been gone from the show from the building for about 90 minutes, and I said, I made a rash decision. You're about to see how much I believe this take.
No, you didn't.
Can you just relax?
Oh, my God.
So the Chiefs season, was there a moment where it changed? Does it have a catchy title, like the tackle that turned the tide? I don't know. Can we show you, there's Patrick Mahomes before and after, The tackle that turned the tide. 10 quarters, 2 touchdowns. 6 quarters, 5 touchdowns. What about the Chiefs' offense as a whole? Because the funk really started in the Super Bowl. Well, in 14 quarters before the tackle that turned the tide, they led for less than 20 minutes. Mahomes had 7 touchdowns and 82 passer rating. They scored less than 2 points of possession. Since the tackle that turned the tide, they've led for 64 minutes. He has a 124 rating.
Yeah.
So obviously, guys, I'm dropping a banner about the tackle that turned the tide. But that's not all I'm doing.
You did not.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
No way.
when I know, I know. And if people forgot last year, or a couple years ago, I knew the Chiefs were going to go back-to-back and win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Or go undefeated.
And undefeated, it gets
20-0.
You get some wiggle room.
And I got a
think it
tattoo
was.
that says never a doubt.
Yep.
And Brou was like, oh, you can hedge that because you could be like about your wife.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
A tackle that turned
You
the
can't
tide
hedge this
is
one.
tough.
That turned the tide.
Now, that is.
The purple is from the stencil because if anyone's ever gotten a tattoo.
Hold on, is that a real? I don't. Isn't it supposed to have Saran wrap on it?
I had to take it off for the show. The tackle that
You did not get that.
I think Ramsey just scribbled that on his
I don't know. It looks really beautiful.
Try.
Ramsey can.
Try. You guys didn't believe this one. This one, you can still see the purple from the.
If you got a tattoo that says the tackle that turned, I don't want to hurt your feelings because if it's permanent, like that actually looks cool.
You laughed at the pass heard around the world. It didn't catch on because I didn't fully commit. Never a doubt. 4 months after the Never a Doubt tattoo, Patrick Mahomes is tweeting out after the Super Bowl.
That has
never a
caught
doubt.
on. People say never.
Yeah, never a doubt is everywhere. You just wait till Jim Nantz says, everyone's talking about the tackle that turned the tide.
It could catch on if they keep rolling.
It's a good boat name.
I told you it was happening. Now let's talk about your dumb team.
No, we're not.
Wow, we're not talking about your dumb
Well, we spent
team?
24. I don't even know which way. The Eagles or the Patriots. No, because we ran out of time because we had to talk about the tackle that turned the tide. Let's catch on,
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.